More now with Donald Trump's senior advisor, Kellyanne Conway. Welcome back.
Hi, George.
We just heard Brian say that the officials did tell Mr. Trump about this last week. Did he have any questions about it?
Well, first of all, that cannot be verified. That's a classified briefing, and we should all be increasingly concerned that we have, quote, intelligence officials divulging information in unsourced, unnamed fashion to the rest of us. And frankly, I think this is a very big moment for the media. Are we actually going to continue to cover fake news and uncorroborated, unsubstantiated reports, as was just said,
well,
in the event that it may be true?
These were unsubstantiated.
But you just did an entire segment on it. It's unsubstantiated, uncorroborated. This is a report from the internet. This is not a report from the intelligence community. These 35 pages rife with misspellings, completely unverified.
Well, it becomes news, though. I mean, I take your point, but it becomes news if the intelligence officials did indeed present this information to the president. They presented it to President-elect Trump and President Obama as well.
George, we don't know that for a very simple reason. Nobody is allowed to talk about what occurs in these intelligence briefings. I mean, just to smear the president-elect of the United States, we now have intelligence officials divulging information that they are sworn not to divulge. We should all be very concerned about that. And I don't even think this is fake news. I think it's just fake. I would take the news word right out of it.
So you say it's fake. Is this a categorical denial of everything in the dossier? Are you sure that no one associated with Mr. Trump or your campaign met with Russian officials during the campaign?
Well, I certainly didn't. I wasn't talking to Moscow. I was talking to people in Macomb County, Michigan. That's how we won. I was with Michael Cohen last night and the president-elect and other advisors. Michael Cohen has never been to Prague. We looked at his passport. He was at USC with his son meeting with the baseball coach there when this, quote, dossier, very weighty, important sounding word that I would also push back on. It's an internet report. There's a lot of crap in the internet, as we all know. And he was in California, not in Moscow, not in Prague. I mean, that alone, dragging through the mud innocent people as a way to add some flourish to what is already an unsubstantiated report, I think is very troubling.
And we did show Mr. Cohen's denial. I was asking a different question. Are you sure that no one associated with the campaign met with any Russian officials during the campaign?
That is our understanding, absolutely. And there would be no reason to. There would be no reason for us to. It's not how we won this campaign. It had nothing to do with Donald Trump's historic win. And frankly, it has nothing to do with why Hillary Clinton lost. Vladimir Putin didn't discourage her from competing more in Wisconsin and Michigan. Her campaign spent more money in Georgia and Arizona than they did in Michigan and Wisconsin. That should haunt them. And this nonsense from the internet does not bother us.
At the hearing yesterday, Senator Sessions, at his hearing, said he has no reason to doubt the intelligence community's bottom line conclusion that President Putin ordered an influence campaign to interfere in the 2016 election. So does President-elect Trump now accept that conclusion?
Well, you can read his statement from last Friday. He made a couple things very clear, including that. He said...
Well, no, he lumped in China as well.
Because they've hacked 21 million records of innocent Americans who had their information through the federal government at the OPM, the Office of Personnel Management. These are 21 million Americans having their personal private information hacked by the Chinese. And I don't remember President Obama doing more than slapping them on the wrist.
But does President-elect Trump accept the conclusion that Russia was behind this?
He accepts the fact that Russia and China and North Korea and others have tried to hack. But what we also want everybody to know and accept is that there's zero nexus between any alleged attempt to disrupt our democracy and swing the election results and succeeding in doing so. There was no smoking gun, Mr. Clapper.
But the way you just answered it, said you lumped in China and others again. I'm just saying, does he accept the conclusion? It's a consensus conclusion.
That people are hacking all the time.
But that Russia was behind this.
And that Russia was unsuccessful in their attempt. I think it was also called, they aspired and they attempted to influence our democracy, and they failed. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people in the mainstream media, maybe not here, but a lot of people in the mainstream media interfered with our election by trying to help Hillary Clinton win, and they too failed.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my God, George, there was an unprecedented deluge of criticism and rumors and innuendos against Donald Trump. There was an active campaign by many in the media against him in his effort to win the presidency. He overcame that, and I frankly think many in the media helped us because it was an anti-elitist election.
You think reporting on Donald Trump was an activity trying to help?
Hillary? Yes, I think we can evidence that. I'm happy to come up with the evidence that every headline, the race is over. He has no path to victory. He's going to take the House and Senate down with him. We were just ignored. On great days, we were ignored. On most days, we were mocked. And there was an really an ongoing, active effort by many in the mainstream media to help Hillary Clinton win, and they misled their viewers and their readers by telling them that she would.
We will watch the press conference today.
Thank you.
Kellyanne Conway,
we'll be there.
Thanks for coming.